an extraordinary development has captivated the attention of geopolitical analysts, aviation experts, and international observers as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit and a grand military parade scheduled in Beijing in September 2025 approach. Russian President Vladimir Putin has extended a significant gift to China through an extraordinary and somewhat unexpected initiative: the potential for Russian aircraft engines to be supplied to Chinese civil aviation. Sergei Chemezov, the head of Russia's state corporation Rostec, announced this gesture, which has profound implications for the future of Sino-Russian relations, the global aviation industry, and the ongoing geopolitical dynamics between East and West. Chinese media, including Sohu, primarily reported this information. China's goal of establishing a robust, autonomous aviation sector has been a fundamental component of its overarching strategy for international competitiveness and technological self-reliance. Domestically produced Comac C919, a medium-haul commercial aircraft, forms the foundation of this ambition. China intends to compete with international models, such as the Russian MC-21 and those produced by Western manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus. The smaller Comac C909, which is designed to serve short-haul routes, serves as a complement to the C909 model. Despite its remarkable progress, Chinese aviation faces a significant challenge: the provision of reliable engines. The Comac C919 and C909 are both significantly dependent on American-made engines. The C919 is equipped with the CFM International LEAP-1C engine, which is a product of a joint venture between American GE Aviation and France's Safran, while the C909 is powered by the GE CF34-10A engine. Regrettably, the continuity of production and the delivery of future aircraft are at risk due to the ongoing U.S. sanctions and political pressures that threaten to disrupt these engine supplies. The CJ1000A is one of the indigenous engines that China has been working to develop to power the C919 family in the future. However, persistent certification delays and technological obstacles have significantly delayed the timelines. The Chinese aviation sector is essentially at a turning point in its history, with domestic solutions lagging and U.S. supplies at risk. Typically, Russia has been cautious and protective of its sophisticated military and aerospace technologies, refraining from exporting cutting-edge technology. This underscores the extraordinary nature of Sergei Chemezov's most recent statement. It is a substantial political gesture of benevolence and a far-reaching signal of trust that Rostec has declared its readiness to supply Russian aircraft engines, specifically the PD-14 and PD-8, to China. The Russian MC-21 airliner was initially powered by the PD-14 engine, which successfully underwent Russian certification and flight testing. The PD-8 engine, a regional aircraft-specific derivative of the PD-14 engine, expands the prospective aircraft that Russia can support with engine technology. Russia has been compelled to establish alternative supply chains and indigenize engines and other aerospace technologies as a result of its own experience with sanctions in response to geopolitical tensions, particularly during the MC-21 and Superjet programs. This expertise uniquely qualifies Russia to provide support to the Chinese aviation industry, which is currently experiencing comparable supply and sanctions-related challenges. It is not a straightforward process to transition Chinese aircraft from American to Russian engines. Each engine model has unique performance parameters, dimensions, and characteristics, which require substantial redesign and integration efforts in the aircraft's control, fuel, and airframe systems. It is anticipated that Chinese manufacturers, particularly Comac, will undertake this redesign project. This is deemed feasible without causing significant delays to aircraft production schedules, given China's extensive industrial base and sophisticated aerospace engineering capabilities. However, the endeavor continues to be technically challenging and necessitates close collaboration. It is a formidable challenge from the Russian perspective. Russia currently restricts the production of PD-14 and PD-8 engines, primarily focusing on meeting the needs of its own fleet. Scaling production to accommodate a potentially substantial Chinese order will be a formidable endeavor, given that domestic demand has already resulted in lengthy waiting lists. Russia is confronted with a variety of challenges, such as a shortage of qualified labor, supply chain constraints, and capital cost pressures that are further exacerbated by the increased interest rates on loans required to finance industrial expansion. Ultimately, the Sino-Russian aerospace cooperation's challenges were exemplified by the joint Russia-China wide-body aircraft project C929, which was announced with optimism in the early 2020s. Russia withdrew from numerous aspects of the project as a result of technical and industrial disagreements, resulting in the project becoming primarily a Chinese enterprise. Russia is now pursuing this project independently with PD-35 engines. This experience suggests that even well-intentioned collaborations between Russia and China may encounter obstacles. Nevertheless, the new engine supply proposal is perceived as more than a mere commercial agreement. It is a strategic partnership with a broader technological and geopolitical impact. Moscow's strategic objectives closely align with the provision of Russian engines to Chinese civil aircraft. It contributes to the strengthening of Sino-Russian relations in the context of the changing global geopolitical landscape, which is characterized by the intensification of sanctions regimes and the emergence of competing blocs. The foundations of a new Eurasian technological alliance may be forming as cooperation expands from energy and military sectors to high-tech civilian industries. It is imperative for China to address the engine supply challenge to maintain the development of its aviation industry and decrease its reliance on Western suppliers. The Russian offer is pragmatically valuable and timely, providing Beijing with an alternative that can reduce the danger of U.S. export restrictions and production halt. Additionally, the relocation has immediate economic consequences. The provision of engines to China has the potential to create a vast market for Russia's aerospace industry, which is essential in light of the country's need to diversify its export markets and maintain its manufacturing base. Russia's readiness to supply China with aircraft engines is not merely a form of industrial cooperation as the SCO summit approaches. It is a strategic overture that is both practical and politically symbolic. This action is indicative of a growing convergence between China and Russia in response to Western sanctions, competition, and pressure. It provides China with a lifeline to avoid production crises caused by sanctions, while also providing Russia with opportunities to expand and revitalize its aerospace industry. Despite the numerous technical, industrial, and financial obstacles, this initiative is one of the most significant developments in regional aviation and international relations in recent years due to the potential upsides. It emphasizes a common vision of strategic collaboration and technological partnership that has the potential to redefine the balance of power and influence in global aerospace at a critical juncture. Quite simply, Putin's aircraft engine proposal is not only an exceptional gift, but also a strategic move that is poised to have a lasting impact that extends beyond the SCO summit and influences the future trajectory of two of the world's most influential powers. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please take our channel membership, which is very affordable, to encourage us.